Okay, I hope that's right because it doesn't seem to be working properly. So this is where I can really point back to those times where, we took that massive action. And like I was saying, we didn't have excuses because the thing with excuses is you can either find an excuse or you can find a way. Last year, many of you will know that I lost my sister. I had already set a large goal before that happened. Now, I could have found that as an excuse, but you know what? I found it as an inspiration. And so, there's lots of things that can come into our life that we can use as excuses. But that's not what this is all about. That's not what the next 8 weeks is all about. The next 8 weeks is about finding a way and taking that extreme activity. Now, I understand this isn't going to be for everyone. So if you're on this webinar tonight and you think, oh, no, this isn't quite for me, that's fine. There's no problem with that. Because, what's going to show me is the committed ones will be the ones that are here each week and that are doing the actions and have their follow up each week, so that we can go through it and then each week I will have a weekly call individually with you too. So I'm really looking for those people that say, yeah, I'm going all out for this. This is what I really want. And, I hope you're that person. I really do. I really hope that you're that person. But, maybe say to yourself right now, don't be that other person. Don't be that one that says, oh, no, this sounds a bit too hard, too much hard work. The reason why you would say something like that is possibly your why isn't big enough. And so that's what I want to talk to you now. Oh, actually, before we go there, I wanted to talk to you about, at the moment we have an incentive. It's to go to Australasian Manifest. Now, this is our biggest incentive in Australasia of the year. It's where you get to be with all the top leaders. You'll meet all of your leaders in person. I know some of you live quite far away. This is a chance to meet all of the leaders, all of the team together and have a heap of fun. And then just see people being recognised. And, I actually believe that if you really carry out this next 8 weeks, you could be one of these people winning the awards. Like, Sandra last year, she won national director, top top senior national director, sorry. And then we had, Crystal, myself, and Sandra as the top enrollers for the year. And I also won top executive director. And then we have, people being recognised on stage as new national directors the year before. This was a family fun night. So it really is a great event to come along to, but maybe you're actually thinking, well, hey, I want to be one of those people up there. I want to be one of those people, winning awards and having all those wonderful things happen. So this next 8 weeks leading up to that is the perfect time to really give it everything. So, possibly you will be the one either getting an award or being recognised as a new national director or a new senior national, new executive director, all of those things. And then if you're reaching those leadership levels, it's very easy to earn your all expenses paid weekend there. Can everybody hear me okay? So I'm just getting someone saying they're not hearing. I'm fading in and out. They're on. Okay, great. That might be your internet, there, Charlotte. Okay, so let's go on. Let's have a little look at this. This is really the key here, is to know your why. Now, it's going to be different for all of you. There's something deep down that's going to motivate you, whether it's for that recognition of being up on the stage, whether it's just to make a difference and to feel like you have some purpose. that you're part of someone's story. I know one of our leaders said, her client had lost a substantial amount of weight. And she said, I feel so privileged to be part of her story. And I get like that too. Feel very privileged to be part of people's transformations. So think about what your why is. Now, this won't be like your dreams, like we have a dream to one day own your own house. That's actually not your why. If you get down deeper, if you really peel back the layers, you'll find what it really is. And it might be something, some sort of emotional connection, very deep down of why you're wanting what you want, what goal you want. And it really will determine everything. The thing is, you have a gift, and it's when you have a gift, it's quite selfish just to keep it to yourself. I know, the gift that James and Casey gave me has totally transformed our lives. And I love nothing more than to give that gift. I love to give that gift of health because I was not healthy. I mean, we just heard about Colleen on the last webinar. She was very unwell on sickness benefits. So you have a gift to give, and when you connect with that and know your why, you can't help but help others. I want you to really be so clear on what you want and really why you want it, okay? Because that's going to push you through everything. And it's really your commitment to going PD. It really is. And it shows your through your participation and reliability. There's something, when you know your why, even those jobs that, those things that you kind of feel uncomfortable. I mean, there's things in this business that you feel uncomfortable. Has anyone ever felt uncomfortable? Just put your hand up. If you ever done something in this business and it felt uncomfortable, you had to call someone or you had to send something that you're like, oh, I'm not sure. Well, and I can tell you, I felt that many, many times. But when I was so connected to my why and to my dreams and to that vision that I wanted, that's when I could not take action. And I used to have to think about that every time I made a call. And even last year, going for PD, I had to think about this all the time. I had it everywhere because rather than focusing on that negative thing that you don't want to do, because that brings a lot of negative emotions, focus on what you do want to do. Focus on what this is going to bring. So I would think about Hawaii, and then I would take that action. So whatever that is, think about that and then take that action in a positive way. So when you call that person, you're coming across with a positive nature rather than, oh, this negative and this fear. You're coming across as, oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited to do this. I'm excited because this is getting me to my dreams. And when you have that, yes, you'll get the no's, but they don't seem to knock you about because you know that there's other people out there that will want this gift. And it really determines the speed of your business. And this is a key. So whether you look for a solution or stay in the problems, your why will help you. If yours feel like you're in the problems and you're talking about the problems all the time, then you're really not connected to your why very well, because the more you focus on your problems, the more problems you're going to get. The more you focus on looking for a solution, they'll come. You attract what you focus on. So just got to get off those problems and focus on solutions and focus on what's going well and the positive. And what I find really a great thing to do is when I'm feeling a little bit negative about something, straight away go, well, what's going right? What's really good here? What can I be thankful for? That's a number one. And the beliefs, well, your beliefs will flow out of everything you do. Um, your beliefs will show me what actions you're going to take. So the thing is that you can have anything you want if you're willing to give up the belief that you can't have it. And some of you might be here going, "Oh, I can't get that, or I can't be that." But if you believe that you can, if you believe with everything in your heart that you can, and keep putting away every negative thought that comes in, you will. You will absolutely. There was one thing, when I was starting out, and I would have to speak at different super regionals. In my mind, I'm going, "Oh, I can't do this. I'm not a very good speaker." But when I stopped that and I started to speak those positive things, it built that belief in me. And it's the same with when I was going for different goals. I spoke that out. I spoke it out. I dreamed about it. I visualized it all the time, and that builds your belief. And many of you know that during that time, I would every time a doubt would come in, I'd say, "Don't dig up in doubt what you've planted in faith." So if you're about to set a pretty big goal, I want to encourage you to don't dig up in doubt what you've planted in faith, because it's really easy to do. You have a bad day, you have a couple of bad days, and it's like, "Oh, boo-hoo." And you start to let those doubts determine your future rather than, letting your faith decide. You know, up to, on the Wednesday before the end of BP, I was 12,000 points in volume down from getting to PD. Did you think I have doubts? Yeah, but I repeated this. Don't dig up and doubt what you planted in faith. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. And by Friday morning, it was a done deal. I didn't even have to wait till midnight. So think through that, okay, guys. Stop speaking out in doubt. Stop letting those doubts rule you. Operate in faith. And if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. Actions. This is going to be a big part of this team that I'm going to work with. Is the actions. It's all part of it, okay? Action will kill your fear. It's the only thing that kills fear. The more you sit there and look at your screen, the more fear starts to develop. The longer you take to actually make a call, the more fear develops. So just go ahead, do it. Visualize what you want, visualize where you're going, and then do it. The distance between your dream and your reality is action. And the thing here is there's so many ways to cross a room. There's so many ways that you can take action. And, there's going to be lots of ways people do different things. I had someone new just starting out said, "Oh, I think I'll do an online XFM party." Great. What a great idea, because her family live overseas, so she can't do a local one. So she's going to do an online one and do that through Facebook events. Well, what a great idea. So think about that. So right now, I want you to write down 10 ways that you're going to build your business in the next 8 weeks. 10 ways. And you won't have much time, so you've got to be quick with it. Just the first things that come into your head. 10 ways. Come on, you can think of all sorts of different things. It doesn't have to even be something that you've done. Just write down 10 ways that you're going to build your business in the next 8 weeks. And after that, I want you to share that with your upline as you speak to them this week. So 10 ways. Think of something creative. Think of something that you've never done, maybe. Not something that might take a while to do, but something that you've not done before. Could you go into a childcare centre? Could you put up a stall outside a gym? Like think of some different things that you can possibly do. 10 ways you're going to use over the next 8 weeks. Now, if you don't finish that off, come back. But I really wanted you to be quite quick with that. Texting, all the things that we are doing in the A team already. Our Facebook, what we do in the groups, connecting with people. Are you connecting with 5 to 10 people every day, that are past acquaintances? Most of the people that I've come on board have been people I've connected with since I started the business. And they've watched me and they've decided to come on board. So who are you not connecting with? Old school friends, all sorts of people that you can connect with. And your results. Your results will show your true intention. You may have good intentions. You may write down all your goals and, believe that you can, but your results show me your true intention, which means if you're not getting results, it means that there's something missing. Okay, there's something either missing in your belief that you might need to work on, your personal development. Maybe you need to go into some training. If there's something where you're falling down, maybe in closing a call, well, there's tons of training in the A Team website. Maybe you're not getting contacts to begin with. We'll go back to the training. Go through. Because your results, you can either, like I said, have excuses or you can have results. So your results show me your true intention. What's more important to you? Is more important to watch a TV show, or is it more important your dream and your goal? And don't be upset by the results you don't get from the work you didn't do. So that's a big one. Are you using the system? Like I said, go back. If you're not getting the results that you're wanting, go back. Am I using the system? And am I replying the right way? Am I, asking the right way? Am I following the system? Because remember, the system was created by presidential directors. Okay, so they've gone before you. I've gone before you. The system James has put together, he's gone before us. So we have shown you the way. We have gone before and we have shown you a system that actually works. So when you try your own things, like it's good to try some new things. Like, I'm not against that, but when you're continually trying, and you're using different scripts and things like that, and you're not getting results, then maybe it's time to go back to the system and check that. Okay, check that you're actually using the system. Also, what are you thinking? Like I said, if you're getting on that call and you're thinking, and I used to do this. Gosh, I hope they're not home. I hope they're not home. I hope they're not home. Oh, they're not home. Thank goodness. And, I used to do that. And what it's doing is attracting that negativity. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking a lot of negative things, or are you thinking positive things, thankful things? Are you doing your personal development? Are you, doing all those things so that you're thankful? And remember that other people's success, because you will hear some weeks someone's going to have a really great week and, enroll a whole heap. And so rather than, getting a bit jealous or using and thinking, getting down about it, because I know that some people have done that before, it gets them down. I used to love to see it as an inspiration. When I would hear someone do well, I go, right, I've got to do that too. So do that. Be very careful when you hear other people's results, not to let that get you down. I didn't do as well as them. But rather use it as inspiration to do likewise or to do better. And let it propel you forward and not slow you down. It's really, really important that, don't let that come in, because jealousy is such a negative emotion. There's some really negative emotions that are going to pull you down, and we have to really keep a track of that, rather than coming in love and excitement for those that have done well that week. but knowing, yeah, I'm going to do it next week. So think about that when we're in these calls. Now, just so we go through, this is the tracker that we've got. Just quickly open that. Okay, so your goal is there'll be weekly goals and your overall 8-week goal. So I want you to set your 8-week goal along the top here, but you're also going to have weekly goals, and we didn't put that in here, which you can just make a space here for your weekly goals. Because each week we'll set the goal for the next week of how many sign-ups that you want, and then we'll go through, what you did that week. And so how many messages did you send, how many calls, how many presentations, how many closes, and then your sign-ups. Now, when I go through each person's one individually, and it may only be a 5-10 minute call because there's quite a lot of you, but I will wait to see next week because I want to see who's actually really serious about this. I'll actually work out like where possibly there might be sort of something not going right, because how many messages and calls and presentations and close-ups should determine how many enrollments you do. And so there might be sort of a breakdown, and we can work out where that might be. So that's why, and on our webinar each week, we'll go through this. So we're going to go through, each person will have a turn. They'll say, I did 30 messages, I did 20 calls, 8 went to presentations, and 5 closes, which left me 3 basics and 1 all-star. Okay, so, and then we'll all go, woo, yay, you did it, well done. And it's all about support. This isn't about shaming anyone. That is not what this is about. It's about supporting you and encouraging you towards your dreams and goals, okay? Please don't think this is about shaming, okay? This is about encouraging you, even in the little steps, okay? Because everyone's going to have, you're going to have different goals. You're going to have different levels that you'll work at. So even if you're doing like, little steps, we want to encourage you and support you. This is going to be an encouraging group. But also we want to see action, because this is an action. That's what we're about. This is about an action and a results group. Because, like I said, you want something for your life. You want your dreams, you want your goals. And creating this momentum now is going to bring that. So the other thing that you'll obviously be doing always is filling out your daily habits tracker. So making sure that that's filled out, because this is sort of this is where you're developing those habits every day and doing the actions that you want to do. I would highly encourage you, if you're really, really serious, to really up this. I'd be doing, double, maybe, even more for some of you. So I mean, with the calls, you can send more messages. That's fine, because that's what we're doing now. So sending out, double, triple. If you're sending messages, you can really go for it. There's also, how many presentations that you do. So upping that, so that you're achieving those goals. So that's about it. What I want you to do then tonight is to write out your goal. So you can just put another thing here, goal, and then for the next week, how many enrollments, how many basics, and how many all-stars that you'll have in the next week. And if you could just get that to me by tomorrow, so I have a little bit of a guide on how many each of you will be aiming for this week, and then we'll go through that next week. So thank you so much. Remember, I'm I'm a support person, but always go to your immediate upline. They're there to support you, and you've got many of you have, lots of national directors and senior nationals and executive directors that are there to support you. But I'm just one of them. Okay, so I'm not taking their place, but I'm just wanted to really gather together a team that's really ready to go for it, and pour myself into you guys. Weekly have a personal call just to check where things are going and maybe where we could improve results, so that you do have those dreams and goals. So tomorrow, work out your overall goal for the next 8 weeks, what level, what volume that you will be at. And actually, we'll do it for it will be 9 weeks, because 8.5 really, 8.5 till end of the BP. So that we're working within the BP times. I mean, we started a little bit early, only because some of us are heading off to the US. So we did sort of an 8-week one, but you can take it through till the end of BP, the end of BP4. Okay, so the end of BP4. So BP3 and 4, we want that goal, but you have 5 days left of this BP. What can you do in just the next 5 days? What extreme action can you do to set you up for the rest of the 8 weeks? Okay, this is where it all happens. So think about it. Well, how can I make this week even bigger than all the others? How can I do things that I never thought I would do? So think about what you're going to do just for this week too. And how you can even step it up a little bit for the next actually 4 days. What are you going to do to really push through and get as close to those levels as you can, so you set yourself up for the other BPs? So thank you everyone for coming on. I won't keep you anymore. If you're confused about anything, feel free to message me. I won't get back to you tonight, but I will get back to you sometime tomorrow, not tomorrow morning, but a little bit later in the morning or afternoon. There's just a couple of questions. To get that back to me, you can email that to me. So email Naomi at imasocialentrepreneur.com. I'll put it up in the group. But all I really need, I actually won't need this. If you just send me your goal, because next week we just announce what we've done that week. Okay. Good night, everybody, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be doing the same thing. So each week on the webinar, I'll be telling my results too. I'm not out of this either. I want to, go alongside you guys and do this with you. Yes, I've achieved PD, but I want you guys to achieve, and I want to show you that I'm willing to do this with you and go all the way. So this is it, guys. This is where you go back into that extreme focus. Complete focus, no excuses, extreme activity. So let's do it. Let's have some fun and get to those levels and think about, where you want to be. Think about, maybe you want to go for the next top senior national or top national director. Maybe you want to just go for a national director and be recognised on stage with all the national directors. So, that's what we'll all look forward to. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you on next week's webinar. But if you can all just let me know your goals before that would be awesome. Good night, everyone.